Yo, 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 and hello and welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. I did not have my thing out, but it's all right because I'm going to go ahead and, basically new episodes go up for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning high definition, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at createforsanity.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter to never miss an episode and buy sick t-shirts from our shop. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL alongside Brent. So here I am, Bass.
So here I am. What's up, man?
What's going on?
How's the world treating you? You know?
Oh, man. It's treating me, I guess, like, good. I mean, I have to go back to work Monday, so that's never fun. But, I mean,
it's kind of like a bittersweet thing. It's like, yeah, I still have a job, but, like, fuck. That sucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a. Am I really excited about going back to work? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not gonna lie. My first couple days back at work were just painful. Like,
was it
a whole month of just not doing shit, hanging out, playing video games, like hanging out with my girlfriend, just enjoying life, living off the fat of the stimulus check, and it's like. Back to reality. Back to fucking Olive Garden.
The ghost gravity.
It's horrible, dude. It's terrible. You know, Uncle Sam was throwing me 1,200. These people are throwing me, you know,
not 1,200.
Not 1,200. It's it's hard going back to the poor man lifestyle.
Well, see, my thing about it is it's more like I'm just an anxious person in general. So like whenever some big change is about to happen to what I've gotten used to, my anxiety just builds up until it happens, and then I'm like, good.
I'm the same way too. Like especially when it's something like I gotta like go to a class or something. Like say I got in a wreck tomorrow and I had to go to defensive driving or something. I would like dread going to that defensive driving class until it happened, and then I'd probably have a good time while I was there. You know what I mean? Like,
I always have fun at defensive driving.
Well,
No, I know what you mean, though.
You know what I mean.
You get there, and it's not as bad as you expect it to be. You know, like, it's
exactly.
not that I don't like working. It's just that I'm so used to not being at work now.
I don't like working, dude.
Oh, I enjoy having a job. I like doing things.
I love having a job. I love, being out of my house and getting money. I just hate, like, actually doing work. I like being at work. I hate working. You know what I mean?
I kind of get what you're saying, but I like, what would you do if you weren't doing work at work, though?
Oh, man, just be standing there looking cool, making money, you know?
I like that. So, now that you're back at work, what have you been doing this week? What have you, video game-wise?
Okay.
And not video game-wise, just in
I'll
general.
tell you all about my video game stuff in a while, but usually I have a cool little, like, segment. Whenever I write my podcast at night, right, I go through and I write intro, news, topic, Brent's Super Hardcore Video Game Challenge or whatever, and then I like go through and fill in the blanks. I go and fill in all my currently playing whatever. I go and fill in all the little blank spots for the topic.
Yeah.
Today there is still a blank spot where intro is because I haven't done shit, dude, other than work. I guess I could talk about work. I went back to work. It's pretty crazy. I work in the restaurant industry. For those of you, for those of you that are listening at home that don't know my personal life as much, I'm a server, and like we're operating at like super low capacity. So I'm like, and we're all wearing masks and stuff, and it's hard, like doing work with a mask on because you're like blowing hot air up your face the whole day and like sweat just dripping and the mask gets all wet because you're sweating so much. It's just horrible, dude. You know what I mean?
It's the world we live in.
Yeah.
The pandemic.
I mean, I guess it's good. It's good we're all wearing a mask, And that's another thing. It's like we're operating at a super low capacity, so it's like me and like one other guy, and we're like doing the whole restaurant. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy.
But I bet you get more tips.
Oh, bro, I've been banking to be 100% honest with you.
Still tipping, dude.
People give me that, still tipping. The people are giving me some of that, stimulus check. I'm not complaining. You know what I mean? They're breaking me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. You know what I mean? It's been pretty good.
That's good, dude. That's good to hear.
Yeah, as much as I bitch about it, I'm very happy to still have a job. You know what I mean?
For sure, dude. I watched a show called The Stranger. I don't know if you watched this on Netflix.
I don't think I have.
It's like one season, but I think it's just gonna be that one season. Like once you see the ending of the season, I don't think there's gonna be more, but maybe there is. I can't really tell, but I think it was pretty like it was like in a vacuum. Like this is it. This is gonna be the thing, kind of like how the Watchmen show was. But it was really good.
What's it about? A strange guy? Stranger?
No, so like there's like these two girls that just keep walking up to people in this town and like presenting them with like a crazy secret about like either something they have kept hidden, like, oh, we know about your affairs and stuff like that, and all the proof is in here and stuff like that. And some of them, they ask for money. They're like, it's like a bribe, or not a bribe, but a blackmail. And sometimes they don't. And then like the story just follows this whole thing where like the main character's just, hanging out, and the girl comes up to him and she hands him this thing about his wife.
Wait, so the little girls are blackmailing people?
Yeah, they're not little girls. They're
okay.
like they're full grown.
I was imagining like the little girls from The Shining, like coming up to people and like, we know about your fucking drug addiction, Mike. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, no.
Sorry, it was way creepier in my mind.
Yeah, but see, that's the. By the way, so who's that? Somebody in the chat says, hold on. Oh, saying it right. We are in the Matrix. We have no jobs. Okay, I think that might be. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna say it's probably a Breezy, just because the last name's Brown. But
I like that, yeah.
But yeah, so like in the show, these two chicks are going around and like breaking off the news, the bad news to people, and presenting them and basically everything gets out of hand after the main character finds out the secret about his wife. She disappears, and like all this stuff goes crazy. It's insane, and it's one season. It's worth watching.
I'm always down to check it out.
It's a British show too, so I'm sure you'll
I was about to say, you had me at British.
Yeah,
you didn't have to say anything else. You could have like prefaced it all with like, it's a British show.
Oh yeah, London is my city.
Oh,
yeah,
bro.
but no. So that, and then I finished Into the Night, which I don't know if you started that at all, but
no, I didn't. I forgot.
Good. Yeah, it was good. That one's definitely one that's supposed to continue on.
Is that also on Netflix?
It is also on the Flicks.
Okay, that's my problem. I've been on Hulu lately. I need to transition back over to Netflix,
Hulu, dude. But yeah, so I don't know what that meant, but all right. Yeah, so that's basically all I've been doing this week, and playing, I've been live streaming on here playing Warzone. I got my Tamagotchi watch, like in game. So like if you're playing on the battle pass, like you can unlock a Tamagotchi watch, and like it actually, like you feed it by getting kills and like
so you didn't have to buy it, you just unlock it
in the battle pass. You unlock it.
Okay, cool.
I completed the battle pass this week as well.
Damn, boy.
Yeah, dude, I've been playing a lot of fucking Warzone.
Damn, you completed the whole battle pass?
Yes.
Like every tier of it?
Every tier.
Damn, boy.
Got that Tamagotchi.
You must be really good now, huh? You must be getting like shitloads of wins, huh?
Oh yeah, dude, lots of them. But not well. I've been playing with Breezy, and he gets a lot of kills. I've just recently started getting better, like to where I feel like I'm getting at least 6 to 7 kills. Like whenever we go to the end of like the game.
That's pretty good, dude. I suck. I don't get any kills.
You want to know why? Because you don't play with us.
That's true.
That's why. If you trioed with us.
I just need to get like an external hard drive or something, because like I just can't keep that game on my fucking computer. It just takes up too much space, I understand. And I like can't play like honestly, it's just hard to go back to my like console. Like it really is. Like I hate to be that guy, but
oh, the VR fool?
No, not even the VR. Like just it's hard to like play games
Play it on PC, bro.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't have enough hard drive space on PC.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, just don't
I
play
have it
other
already
games.
downloaded on Xbox. You know what I mean? I could just plug my Xbox in and play it right now. You know, it's just not as satisfying.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
I understand. PC master race. But anyways, let's jump into the video game news because we got some good news this week. And just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web. We do not claim any of the news articles as our own. We're simply giving commentary on them and bringing them all to one place. Now, this first bit of news, we somehow materialized this into reality last week, only a week ago. Last week on Wednesday, whenever the episode went live. So check this out. Andrew Webster at The Verge says, "You'll be able to shred as Tony Hawk and friends again very soon. Today, Activision announced a new remastered collection that brings together the first 2 Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games in one modern package, with new features like online play and a more robust course builder. It'll be coming."
It's almost exactly what we predicted, except I think we predicted 3
would be with
in
it.
but that's okay.
But I mean, we were off by having 3 in the package. But
Yeah.
it'll be coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC via the Epic Games Store on September 4th. First, here are the basics. The remastered collection will feature updated visuals, all of the original levels, characters and tricks, extra challenges, a more elaborate Creative Park mode where you can share custom skate parks online, and brand new online multiplayer modes along with local multiplayer. On top of that, the games will include the vast majority of the iconic THPS soundtracks, though not every song made it due to licensing issues. The remaster is being handled by Vicarious Visions, which has some history both with the Skate franchise and remaking games. Some of the studio's earlier projects were the surprisingly excellent portable versions of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, while more recently the developer...
They were good.
They were very good.
Yeah.
Probably some of the best mobile ports during the Game Boy, era.
Yeah.
But while more recently, the developer released the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, also a remaster of PlayStation-era classics.
Bro, they can just keep on doing these
Oh,
remakes.
yeah, dude.
The preview looks so good, dude.
Oh, yeah, 4K. Not, I think was the... No. Okay, I'm thinking of something else. No, it is 4K.
Yeah, they said fully 4K.
Yeah.
It's like 4K, 60
30
frames. Yeah.
30 frames.
Is it 30? It's probably on PC. It's probably uncapped, I bet.
Yeah. But
so
it's going to be beautiful.
I bet on Xbox One X it's hitting 60. I bet you anything.
And
Dude, it's going to be beautiful.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. Quote, "I believe that makes us the ideal studio to faithfully remaster Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, says Vicarious Visions COO Simon Ebagir. According to Ebagir, working on projects like Crash taught the studio that remastering a beloved game is something of a balancing act. Quote, "The challenge of a faithful remaster is knowing where to push the boundaries and what to keep sacred," he says. "It's important to capture the original experience. The goal," he explains, "was to make it feel like a game meant for 2020. With that in mind, the new Tony Hawk Pro Skater retains largely the same core as the original in terms of how it controls and how it's structured. What's new is what Ebagir describes as the metagame that connects the 2 titles together. From the sound of it, players will be able to dip in and out of both titles, and in doing so will unlock pieces for the online park creator mode, which is somewhat separate. We didn't want the game to be, okay, you play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and then play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and start over from scratch just like you would have if you bought the games back in the day," Ebagir says. "The meta that sits over top of everything allows players to not feel like they're losing progress by playing either one of the games."
Oh, that's fun.
It's very fun. So they're gonna have Millencolin and so here I am, all that stuff. It's gonna be there.
Yeah, that's exciting. It makes me wonder what the next big remake will be, because I feel like we're running out of cool things to remake. Everything that we've in the past been like, oh, they need to remake that. It's like, oh, they're doing it.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what I
already
mean?
doing it.
So it's like, what do we do next? What's the next thing we want remade? Because it seems like we can have our way. It seems like we can get basically anything we want as long as we as a community demand it. You know what I mean?
As we demand it.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I honestly, though it wouldn't make much sense to do so, would be Medal of Honor Frontline. I would love a remake of that.
Yeah, you'd have to get the community to rally with you though, and that would be the hard part.
Exactly. I mean, there's Call of Duty, you might as well. But And I was gonna say, yeah, if you pre-order the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 collection, you get a demo for the warehouse level. You don't get the demo right away. Like, I went to go check because I was like, give me that fucking
Oh, you
demo.
already pre-ordered it?
I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I was gonna pre-order it if the demo was available, but the demo's not available yet. It's just that you'll have access to it like
So
sometime
the demo
before
will
the
come
game.
before the game, though?
Yes.
Because honestly, once I get the game, I'll probably just sit there and play the warehouse level over and over again.
Yeah,
That's my shit, dude. I can't wait. Oh, man.
It reminded me of just like the demo that you could play at McDonald's, like in the play place. It was the warehouse
dude,
level, you know? I'm like, but my thing is like, are they still going to have the licensed characters like Super Spider-Man? You know, like, is that possible to, will Spider-Man be there? I know
Spider-Man wasn't in 2.
He was in 2.
Was he?
Mm-hmm. You're thinking of 3 with
I'm thinking
Wolverine.
of 3, yeah. I don't know, man. That's tough. Well, I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm sure they could have struck some kind of deal, but it would have been expensive and
watch it only be on PS4 because
watch
it's
it
Sony.
be like Spooderman or something, and he's just like
they wouldn't even know. That's what I'm saying. I bet you like if there is a Spider-Man, it's only gonna be on PS4 because it's Sony owned.
Oh, that would make sense. What if they have like a special character for each platform, like Soul Calibur?
That would be cool.
That would be so sick.
You just play as Chief on Xbox.
Dude, I wouldn't even be mad. That would be so tight. What would Chief's like skateboarding signature move be? You know what I mean?
He like does a grenade bounce.
Oh, I was thinking that. I was like, maybe he like sticks a plasma grenade and does a kickflip or something, and
then it like shoots him higher up in the air.
Yeah, oh, that would be sick.
Or shoots a rocket down into the ground and like flies
dude.
off. Yeah, dude.
We should have made that.
We should have made that.
We should have done it.
All right, what you got?
All right, let's see. I don't have very much this week, but I'm going to blast it at you. E3 2020 was canceled, but game developers and publishers are still collaborating to deliver big announcements over the summer. The Guerrilla Collective is a new partnership that will launch a 3-day gaming celebration in June, and it includes some of the most acclaimed studios in the world. I don't know about that. But it says the Guerrilla Collective will feature developers from companies such as Rebellion, Raw Fury, Paradox Interactive, Larian Studios, Funcom, Versus Evil, ZAUM, Coffee Stain Studios, 11-Bit Studios, and Humble Publishing.
All those big studios I've heard of.
All the biggest in the world, yeah. On June 6th at 10 a.m., or 1 p.m., depending on where you are in the world. The first Guerrilla Collective live presentation will begin on its official Twitch channel. It'll be hosted by Kinda Funny's Greg Miller. So yeah, that's kind of cool. If you want like a little bootleg E3
with like a bunch of, I imagine, indie titles.
Yeah,
like some of the greatest studios ever.
The best studios you could possibly get your hands. Yeah, and Greg Miller's gonna be there too. So
yeah, I mean, Greg Miller's cool and everything, but I mean, like I whenever I first read that, I was like reading the studio names, and I was like, wait a minute. Didn't it just say some of the like most well-known like studios like ever? Okay. Anyways, Steve Watts at GameSpot says Ubisoft has announced a summer digital showcase, seemingly in place of its usual E3 presentation. Ubisoft Forward will take place on July 12th at 12 p.m. PT. The teaser on Twitter didn't show any of the games that will be shown, but it does promise, quote, exclusive game news, reveals, and more, end quote. It's a likely bet that Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which the company recently announced and promised much more details to come, will be among the games shown. We may see more of other upcoming games slated for release before March 31st, 2021, which is Watch Dogs Legion, Gods and Monsters, Rainbow Six Quarantine, and Roller Champions. Ubisoft also still has another unannounced game in the works.
Look, I'm just going to come out and say it. I really like Ubisoft games. I mean, for the most part, like Rainbow Six goes hard. Most of the recent Assassin's Creed games have gone hard. What's the...
Far Cry.
Far Cry. Oh, I love Far Cry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what they got up their sleeves.
Yeah, I just hope it's more Far Cry.
Yeah, dude, honestly. Far Cry 6, I know it's a little early to be, like, hoping for Far Cry 6, but I wouldn't be mad if they did Far Cry 6. You know what I mean?
Nah, I wouldn't be angry.
You know, that's another remake that wouldn't be like the worst thing ever. Maybe like Far Cry 1 through 3 or some shit. You know what I mean?
Not through 3. You can't remake 3. That was on the 360.
Is it too
That
recent?
was way too recent.
Well, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was pretty recent, and they just remade that.
Yeah, but that's
You're telling
because
me you wouldn't
it's
play
Call
at
of Duty.
$20 for a fucking for Far Cry 3 remastered?
Probably not. You know, like why I wouldn't play through it
would
again
play
unless
through
they
it again.
added some new stuff to it, like made it bigger.
Because I feel like the gameplay is like super solid in that game. It holds up. You know what I mean?
It is, but I've already done it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I wouldn't want to play through a whole nother Far Cry 3 whenever they could just give me a new Far Cry game. It would be the exact same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Every Far Cry is the same game with like a different coat of paint on it and like, you know, a different story. So like why go back and play the same one? It's like just give me a new game, you know?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm with you there. But at the same time, if they drop Far Cry 3 remastered tomorrow, I would spend $20. I wouldn't spend more than $20 on it because I feel like $20 for a campaign is like appropriate. Like I feel like Modern Warfare Remastered did the right thing by charging you $20, even though
it's not 20. It's like $30.
It was like $19.99 when I bought it.
Was it? I thought it was $29.99.
Maybe I'm tripping, but I think it's only $20.
I don't know. Here, you read some news. I'll look up the price.
Look into that real quick. Let's see.
You're talking about Modern Warfare, or the Modern Warfare 2
campaign remastered. Yeah, it's just the campaign. I think that's why it's so cheap. You know what I mean? Let's see. And also, I mean, like it's not much. Like, I mean, it looks great. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, did it really need a facelift that much? Like the old one looked pretty good. Anyways.
Now, a lot of people are complaining about the gun sounds for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, they were saying like it didn't sound as good.
I don't know, man. As far as the gun sounds go, I didn't really notice anything that like bothered me. You know, at no point was I like shooting a gun and like, damn, this gun sounds weird.
This gun's whack, dude. Yeah, I guess it is going for $20 right now.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, it's like I feel like that's fair. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're gonna leave the multiplayer off.
Yeah,
anyways,
for sure. And Warzone's free. You know.
Yeah, for sure. So you might as well. Anyways, okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but apparently the Mafia, so we talked about Mafia 2 and how they got rated or whatever by the Korea rating board. Well, now the Twitter account is back online, and they have tweeted one word, and that word is family. So I'm thinking this is really happening, and, you know, it should probably be happening pretty soon, or at least we're going to hear something about it pretty soon. So I'm expecting a Mafia 2 remake announcement pretty soon.
That's one game that I could give a fuck less about having a remake. Like, I mean,
I liked Mafia 2. I mean, I just feel like Mafia 3 kind of left a big fucking doo-doo stain on the series, but like, you know, 1 and 2 were okay. They were just like, you know, if you're into that like time period and you like, there's not a better game for Mafia like enthusiasts, you know what I mean, out there until that game comes along, you know.
I'll tell you what game needs to be remade. Cell Damage, and it needs to be remade right.
Oh, they've done Cell Damage a few times. They just didn't do it They didn't do a good job.
Yeah, they didn't. All they did was port it. They didn't do anything to it, and then they took away the animations out of it. You can't cut people in half. You can't do anything like that. And then they took away the game modes. Like the game modes don't work the same.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right anymore. For sure.
They need to remake it and make it a battle royale.
Ooh, you know, they need to make Cell Damage 2 and like make it play like the OG one did.
Yeah, or just call it Cell Damage BR.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
with like a big ass map and everybody jumps out of the like plane in their
car. Yeah, make it free to play.
That would be sick.
Keep the cartoony atmosphere, keep it fun. I'd play the shit out of that.
I'd play that. Yeah.
Anyways, what you got?
Okay.
Oh, wait, actually, it's me now.
Okay.
My bad.
Good, because I'm running out of stuff over here.
Alessandro Barbosa at GameSpot says, in an effort to consolidate its first-party games and better communicate this to consumers, Sony has unveiled PlayStation Studios, a unification of all projects produced by the PlayStation owners. The brand was revealed alongside a new opening video that will be used on advertising and promotional media when the PS5 launches, presumably later this year. The PlayStation Studio logo will also appear on box art and artwork associated to games that Sony either produces or develops in-house. The opening video format is similar to one Marvel has used for its films, featuring glimpses at some of the most successful games Sony has produced. This includes Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, Uncharted, Little Big Planet, and more. Speaking to GameIndustry.biz, Eric Limpels, Senior Vice President and Head of Global Marketing at Sony Interactive Entertainment, said the new brand will better communicate to players when they are playing a Sony-produced title and the quality they can expect as a result. Okay, so to this news and like this little trailer that they did, I want to read a tweet from Jason Schreier. He posted this after that came out, and it was really funny. So it was like, next week, Sony unveils the PS5's power cord. June, Sony reveals a detailed close-up photo of the PS5's HDMI port. July, Sony tweets the PS5 logo, except backwards. I was like... That's pretty funny, actually. Like, you know, so like I think it makes sense, like because Sony's not really presenting anything here to anybody. They're just like, oh, we changed the way that, you know, like the Sony you know, the symbol's gonna look whenever things come out. It's like, okay.
I feel like all they're really saying is like, okay, we're gonna have like a brand or a logo that we're gonna put on all our exclusive games. You know what I mean? Which I don't think is a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, but it's not news. You know, like you don't go out.
No, they should have just done that. I mean, they didn't have to announce the shit. You know what I mean? And I honestly, I think Xbox should do that too, especially with all these studios they've acquired and stuff. They need some kind of similar thing that, you know what I mean?
For like, all the people who aren't like actually in the gaming, you know, into the gaming industry, so they're not paying attention to like, oh, this is a first party or this is a third party.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, if that little stamp is on there, then I know it's good.
Yeah,
you know?
There should be a little stamp on there. I think so anyways. You know what I mean? Or also, like, if you're at a game store and you see that little stamp, you can be like, oh, okay, I can get this on Game Pass, so maybe I should just, you know, get this other game instead. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
True. I like that thought. But they still, I feel like, you know, Sony's kind of being a little slow about, you know, if the PS5
showing off their shit.
Yeah, if the PS5 is coming out this year, they got a lot to show off in a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Because like, what if they do their first little presentation and it sucks? And then they don't have not that the PS5 sucks, but the presentation sucks. People are upset about either there's a lack of games or whatever. And then they have very little time to make up for that with another presentation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure they're smart and they know what they're doing, but
I think their strategy is maybe, okay, and I might just be crazy here, but I think that there's some kind of little bomb they're waiting to drop with their whole overall presentation. And they want to do it so close to the release date that Microsoft doesn't have time to pivot and roll with the punches. You know what I mean? They're way too like laid back. Like, I don't know. Like, there's some kind of shit they're gonna drop on us when they show us what the console looks like. This is just my theory. I don't know if this is for a fact, but my theory is that when they unveil the actual console, like, and we get to see it with our own eyes, they'll also unveil some kind of killer cool detail about it that will make it like, holy shit, this is the next shit that we need.
They just unleash a bunch of murder hornets into like everybody's houses.
The new PS5 will unleash a whole nest of murder hornets.
No, I mean, like, at the reveal, they just like, it's just like this is what we've been waiting for.
Xbox is like, damn, we should have got in on the murder hornet game earlier.
How are we gonna fix this now? Nobody's gonna buy our console. Anyways, what you got over there?
Okay, I've got some stuff coming to Game Pass and some stuff going from Game Pass this month. So
but happy.
Some of this is already on there, so, you know, check it out if you haven't been on Game Pass in a few days or weeks or whatever. So for Xbox Game Pass, Xbox One Game Pass, there is Red Dead Redemption 2. It's on there already. Gotta play that shit. If you haven't played it and you have Game Pass, you're doing yourself the ultimate disservice by not playing it. It is one of the best games of our generation.
Which one? Red Dead?
Red Dead.
Okay, yeah.
It's so good. And it's a prequel to the first one, so you don't really need any backstory or anything. Just jump right in. It's so good. DayZ is also on there now. I don't think I've played DayZ. Or no, DayZ's the like battle royale one, right? I don't know.
It's not a battle royale, but that's where like it came from like Arma 3 or something.
I think it wasn't originally, but it turned into a battle. I think it is now.
DayZ. Okay, I'll look it up.
I'm not sure. Either way, DayZ's on there. You know, it's an okay game from what I have understand. And then coming May 14th, we have Final Fantasy 9 coming. So that's pretty cool. And then coming May 19th,
4D.
we have Fractured Minds coming. So, and that's for Xbox. And then coming to Xbox Game Pass for PC, we're going to have Halo 2, Final Fantasy 9, and Endless Legend. You know, I didn't realize that they only have Halo Reach and Halo 1 on PC right now. Like, if you download the PC Master Chief Collection, yeah, I did that the other day, and I was so disappointed because I wanted to play like 2 or 3 or something, and like, but anyways, they're putting 2 on there, and I think they plan to put them all on there eventually. But leaving Game Pass this month, we've got Grand Theft Auto 5. It's already gone. This is for Xbox, by the way. Black Desert is leaving. Doom is leaving, which is kind of sad. Lego Ninjago is leaving.
What?
I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know. It's heartbreaking. Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 is leaving. Metal Gear Survive is leaving. The Banner Saga is leaving. And Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, is leaving. So a couple of good ones in there that are leaving. So you might want to get them on sale while you can, you know.
So Sayan Brown said in the chat that he's like, well, like basically, what if PS5 is now 4D? I'm like, well,
oh shit.
Nah, I don't think it was.
Oh
yeah,
shit.
It's just like
you can just like taste it, like
taste the PlayStation, like
dude,
as you're playing.
What if it's like
That's
it's like
not gonna happen?
what if it somehow like it puts out a smell or something while you're like playing and like changes the environment of the room? What if it's like got lights in it and like it makes the room you're in blue while you're playing like a cold game or something? You know what I mean?
What if it didn't do that though?
I don't know, man.
Like I'd be a lot happier if my Xbox and my PlayStation were just fucking boxes that played amazing games. But okay, hold up. So, you know, like say it is okay, he's talking about 4D. You're talking about this like lights, like the vibe thing. What I want to know what you think PlayStation could possibly be hiding, you know, from like everybody.
That's the thing, dog.
Like what do you think it is? I think,
and if I knew, Xbox would probably know, and they would have already cracked the code. You know what I mean?
But what if they're not hiding anything? You know, what if they're just being slow to the?
They're just scared.
Yeah. What if they're just scared?
I don't know. I'd be scared if I was them too, to be honest with you, looking at the specs of that beautiful, beautiful Xbox. You know what I mean?
I think it's the PSVR 2 is what they're hiding.
Oh shit. I bet you're right. I bet that there's some kind of like thing that they're getting put into place for PSVR 2 or something.
Or they make it to where you can like hook your Quest up to it or something.
Or what if it is like a VR headset? Like whenever you're like the console itself, you just plug like the console into the TV and you use it. But like whenever you want to like VR headset it, you just put the whole console on your head. You know what I mean? And like,
oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like a Switch, okay. But instead of like pulling it off and taking it on the go with you, you pull it off and it turns into a fucking VR headset.
That would be insane. Do you know how much that would cost, though?
It would be stupid, but like if that happened and it was like legit and it had the amount of power that they're saying it has and it's completely wireless like a Quest or something like.
But then whenever everybody comes over to your house, there's just a helmet sitting on your fucking like You know, like it's
that
like,
would be
oh,
the
that's my
trick.
PlayStation.
That would be the trick, is making it not look dumb when it's just sitting on the floor. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and they couldn't make it look like a box because then you'd be walking around with a box on your head. Like,
and you'd have to make it not heavy, which would be like impossible with that amount of tech. Like,
yeah, it's
you
just
know what I
not
mean?
it's not gonna happen. But he said he meant the 4D thing as in the murder hornets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which makes more sense.
Yeah, a lot more
I thought
sense.
you were serious about the 4D, man. My bad. But yeah.
Oh, but just rounding off the Game Pass thing, there's also a few games leaving for PC too. Imperator Rome, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Banner Saga, West of Loathing, and Wolfenstein 2 are all leaving PC Game Pass.
So sad.
Yeah, so be sad about it.
Stephen Wright at GameSpot says Nintendo has never been shy about sending legal challenges to fan projects based on their intellectual property, and the unofficial PC port of Super Mario 64 is no different. YouTube footage of the fan-engineered port first emerged last week, which showed off its support for widescreen resolutions and modern visual effects through external software like Reshade. That footage has now been removed from the popular video sharing site, and download links to the port have disappeared across the web.
Yeah, I tried real hard to find the Mario game.
Yeah, we talked about last week, and we were like, yeah, that's
after we talked about it, I was like, surely some deep part of Reddit has the shit, and like, no, I couldn't find it.
Nah, dude, you'll have to go to like 4chan or something.
You gotta go deeper than Reddit.
You can't go to Reddit. You gotta go to like Russia.gov.
You gotta download a Tor browser and fucking get some bitcoins and shit, dude.
Basically, dude. You gotta go into the dark web. No, according to the site Torrent Freak, this is due to legal action from Wildwood Law Group LLC, a law firm that has represented Nintendo in similar situations in the past. As first spotted by Torrent Freak, the filed DMCA complaint reads in part, quote, "The copyrighted work is Nintendo's Super Mario 64 video game, including the audio-visual work, software, and fictional character depictions covered by U.S. copyright reg.number.redacted."
Elon Musk's son, just like...
He's already out there doing the work, dude.
Dude,
Anyways.
I have a theory about that.
About
okay?
his son's name?
Yeah, about his son in general. Okay.
Oh,
I think it's not a real person.
think it's the AI?
I think it's an AI, and I think this is a practical like Turing test. Like, I think he's like trying to like see if the fucking AI can like make it and like be believed, and it's gonna like grow. I think it's like a synthetic human, like the first of its kind.
Wait, did you listen to his Joe Rogan podcast?
Yeah, where he was talking about AI and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what leads me to believe it, because he was so convinced whenever that shit was going on. I feel like he's just like,
Oh no, I mean he was just on there again this last
recently?
week. Yeah, last week.
Oh no. Did he smoke weed again?
No, he did not smoke weed again. This time he
Was
was like
he offered?
talking about free America, like, or whatever, because we're on lockdown.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Yeah, he's very avid about us opening up. But
Really?
yeah, he's drinking the Kool-Aid. But
I heard he was gonna move his plants to Texas or some shit.
yeah, dude, he's saying he's gonna bring Tesla here. Yeah.
Bring them Tesla trucks over here. We're gonna be talking. Yeah.
It's be like Tesla 150s. It's found, yeah, but yeah, I believe I could see that his son being a AI, sounds pretty.
Not just an AI, but like I think it's like a synthetic person, like that's gonna grow and like learn and like.
How?
I don't know. I think it's some kind of like fake organic compound that he like has created in a lab somewhere.
Fake meat.
I legitimately think this is like if I had to like bet on any conspiracy theory, I'm thinking XAE X12 or whatever is like a fucking android and like the first of its kind, and it's gonna like get to be like teenager and like have a malfunction, and then they're gonna expose the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's John, but yeah. So like, I get what you're saying, and it sounds like a Black Mirror episode, and I hope it's not true. I hope this is not true, Brent, because one day when he ultimately has to murder his own AI son after falling in love with him, and like him becoming his true son,
Bro,
but he's like,
gonna get a cut at school one day and like bleed blue and like question his existence and have like an existential crisis and like malfunction. You know what I mean?
he wouldn't malfunction. That's whenever he pulls the gun out of his tits. He's like,
Just Austin Powers everybody in the room like
Elon Musk
machine
put
gun Gerblins.
It says BT Dubs. It's John. Okay, what's up, John? I can barely read the chat right now, so if you see me like coming over and like looking like an old man, and I like still read it wrong, that's why. But I what's up, John? Anyways, Alessandro Barbosa. Oh wait, do you have more news? Give us more.
I got a little more. Let's see. So, Thimbleweed Park, Ron Gilbert's charming 2017 adventure game, just got a surprise free spin-off. The new game, Dolores, a Thimbleweed Park mini-adventure, is available to download now on Steam and the Epic Game Store, and it's only 52 megabytes, and it's free. So if you enjoyed the first one, which is a pretty charming little game, I just didn't get all the way through it because, like...
It's hard as fuck.
It's hard as fuck, and the UI is kind of difficult if you're playing on console. You know what I mean? Like, I liked to play it docked on my Switch, which is what I have it on. You know what I mean? But it's like, if you're not playing it... Like, if you're playing it docked, it's, like, almost impossible to play with the controller because you have to do, like, the mouse and, like, get it to go over here. And,
Yeah.
And then if you're playing it undocked, it plays a lot better because you can use the touch screen to do stuff. You know what I mean? But it's, you know, a little bitty screen. I don't know. I've gotten to where if I play my Switch, I like it docked. Like, I just enjoy the big screen, you know?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Definitely. Alessandro Barbosa. Wait a minute. Yeah, you just went. Okay, Alessandro Barbosa at GameSpot says, at E3 2018, Bethesda announced that work had started on the Elder Scrolls 6, but that its release date was still years away. 2 years later, and that hasn't changed, with Bethesda reiterating that news on the anticipated sequel isn't coming soon.
They should have just not said anything about it, dude. That was dumb as hell on their part.
That means it's going to be like 6 years before we see it, probably. But
Bro, it's going to be for...
Senior Vice President of Communications at Bethesda, Pete Hines, responded directly to a fan on Twitter who asked about news pertaining to The Elder Scrolls 6. Hines reiterated that the sequel is only planned for release after the company's new RPG Starfield, which itself hasn't been detailed yet. Pete's tweet said, quote, "It's after Starfield, which you pretty much know nothing about. So if you're coming at me for details now and not years from now, I'm failing to properly manage your expectations," end quote. So you won't even expect to see details about Elder Scrolls 6 for years, is what he's saying.
You know, that's real. I mean, that's really dumb that they even mentioned it. You know, like, we all know you're going to make...
But that's because they were hurting, dude. They were hurting at that point. That's whenever Fallout 76 came out and everybody was like, what the fuck is this?
I guess, but that's just about as meaningful as them just showing like a fucking Fallout 6, and then it's just like, you know, and it's like, you know, and then we know it's not going to happen for like years.
Oh, no, I get that.
We know, I don't know, it's just like...
But I'm saying why they did it. I guarantee you.
I definitely feel you, but...
That was also whenever they had like some mobile games coming out and people were like, dude, what the fuck is this? You know, like what happened to Bethesda?
I think the problem is like these games, these big games, you know, like Elder Scrolls 6, they just take so much time to like really make a really good one. You know what I mean? It probably is just like, I don't know. It's probably like they probably have to put out bullshit like these mobile games in between time to like, you know, stay above water. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, I mean, but at this point Bethesda has nothing coming out.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I mean, like,
I want to know more about Starfield for sure. I wish we like could just cut the shit and get some info on that. You know what I mean?
Least give us some ideas, give us some concepts. But the thing that worries me about it is that the fact that they haven't said anything about it means that they're nowhere near done with Starfield.
Yeah.
You know, like at all. I don't think they're even close.
I have a feeling Starfield is going to be a lot like the Outer Worlds. I don't know. You know what I mean?
No way. No way.
You don't think so?
No, it's going to be a Bethesda game, dude. It's going to be huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Not that Outer Worlds wasn't.
No, I mean, I'm not saying, like, I think, like, it's going to be bigger than the Outer Worlds and, like, you know, more detailed. But
Way bigger.
I think it's going to have a similar premise. Like, you have your own ship and you, like, fly from open area to open area. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I bet it'll be, like, kind of, and, like, I just think it'll be, like, a more fleshed out, like, the Outer Worlds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I think it'll feel kind of the same. And maybe more serious. I'm imagining it being more, like, you know, less like jokey and stuff. You know what I mean?
No, that would be great if it was, you know, but then again, Fallout 3 was pretty jokey.
True.
Fallout.
I mean, even the Elder Scrolls games have their jokes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's still got some seriousness to it. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Anyways, do you have any more news, or is it all me?
Oh, okay. So I don't have like a big article about it or anything. But the Tokyo Game Show is going all digital this year. So it's still going to be happening. It's just going to all be digital. So keep your eye on the ball on that one.
So Eddie McCooch at GameSpot says, among the numerous Hollywood adaptations of video games in the works is an animated film based on Nintendo's Super Mario series. The film is slated to arrive in 2022. But some are wondering if the COVID-19 crisis may lead to a delay for the movie. That remains to be seen, but a new report from Deadline paints an optimistic picture. The site reports that the Super Mario movie remains in, quote, active development and production. This is made possible because the team at Illumination was working remotely already. They've always worked remotely, Deadline reported. A source familiar with Illumination's plans stated that the studio has been able to remain extremely productive, innovative, and creative over the past 2 months, working remotely on its various movies. In addition to the Mario movie, Illumination is producing a new Minions movie, The Rise of Gru, and Sing 2. 2 other original movies are in the works at Illumination that have not been announced. But anyways, yeah, so
I bet you we get a Mario Minions crossover if this all goes well.
I mean, it can't be any, worse than Mario versus Rabbids type games. It's like the same thing.
I actually heard that game was pretty good.
Oh yeah. The strategy game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that was
like I haven't
really
played it personally, but I've heard people say like it's surprisingly fun.
Mario just don't, he don't fuck up. It's like you put Mario in a game, it doesn't matter if it looks trash, it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Anyways, is that all the news you got?
That's all I got over here.
That's all the news I got. So we're going to jump on over to this week's releases, where I'm going to let you guys know which brand new games you can buy in the next 7 days, starting with Island Saver, coming to PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC on May 13th, and it's free to play. Welcome to Savvy. A group of amazing islands need your help. Horrid plastic waste has washed up and you need to sort it out with your trusty trash blaster. But look out for the litter bugs. They love mess and they're out to muck things up. You need to wash away gloop, collect litter, earn coins, and rescue the Bankimals. These special animals are living piggy banks, and with them you can help save the Savvy Islands and make things good again. Now, I do want to mention that the developer on this game, because I saw it was free to play on Switch, I was like, I want to know what this is. It looked kind of like Slime Rancher. And I looked at it. It's made by like a bank.
Really?
Yeah,
it sounds like it's got a positive message, like with the whole plot of the game,
I think so.
Cleaning up the beaches, picking up the trash, fight the litter bugs,
I don't, but the fact that all the animals are piggy banks, like, I don't know, but what does that mean?
Is this like Chex Quest for a bank? Like,
I think so.
I'm really confused. Like,
it was called,
I want to play this.
It was like something bank media company or something like that. It was very strange. Look it up if you're interested, but
I am.
I
am.
And then we have Potata, Fairy Flower, coming to Xbox One and PS4 on May 13th for $8.99. The adventure platformer Potata Fairy Flower tells the story of a young witch exploring fairy forests to find herself and save her home. Join her quest now. Immerse yourself into a picture-perfect fantasy. Solve numerous puzzles, fight enemies, reveal all the secrets, and don't forget to save the world. And then we have Deep Rock Galactic coming to Xbox One and PC on May 13th for $29.99. I think this game has been in like beta for a long time on PC, but Deep Rock Galactic is a first-person cooperative sci-fi shooter for up to 4 players featuring fully procedural and destructible environments to explore, mine, and explode your way through to reach your objectives. Okay. And then we have Thy Sword coming to Xbox One and Switch on May 13th And okay, so it's coming to Xbox One on May 13th and Switch on May 15th for $9.99. In the Ice Sword, a hack and slash platformer with procedural levels and roguelike elements.
God.
Yes, of course. You, the bold adventurer, must break the tyranny of the Dark Overlord. Your quest will be to obtain the ancient crystals of power with which to overcome the Dark Overlord's rule. Get ready for a heroic challenge. Better yet, summon a friend for a truly epic co-op adventure or a duel to the death. And then we have Super Mega Baseball 3 coming to Switch, Xbox One, PS4, PC, May 13th for $44.99. With Super Mega Baseball 3, step up to the plate and experience the deepest on-field simulation yet. Comprehensive online and offline game modes, including a brand new franchise mode and vastly refined graphics. All this with the same easy-to-learn gameplay that scales seamlessly from beginner to super mega levels of difficulty. Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's the
Alright,
thing.
yeah.
Then we have Signs of Sojourner.
Oh.
Yes, and this is
Signs of Sojourner Weaver.
yes, of her. It's coming to PC May 14th. Couldn't find a price, but Signs of Sojourner is an introspective narrative about learning the art of human connection through an emotive deck of cards. Enter a near-future world ravaged by climate change. Experience a coming-of-age tale told through card encounters as the cards played create new experiences and affect relationships with others. Okay. Cool. And then we have what?
Oh, nothing.
No, what are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say it's just Bazak, like.
Hey, I'd be down for that. And then we have Ion Fury coming to Xbox One, Switch, PS4, May 14th for $24.99. While Shelly Bombshell Harrison earned her codename Diffusing Bombs for the Global Defense Force, when evil transhumanist mastermind Dr. Jadis Heskel unleashes the members of the cybernetic cult into the streets of Neo-DC, she knows it's time to start causing explosions instead of preventing them. Her quest to slay Heskel leaves a trail of carnage throughout huge multipath levels filled with gigantic explosions, more secret areas than we can count, and inhuman foes behind every corner. Okay. And then we have Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey, coming to Switch on May 14th for $19.99. Yeah, this is the original
classic,
Xbox game.
yeah.
In Oddworld, you play as a former slave/worker that almost despite himself rose to lead his Modokan people against the evil corporate scumbags, the Glucons. In Munch, you're introduced to a new race, the Gabbits, who have been driven to extinction simply because their lungs happen to match the chain-smoking Glucon's size and fit for replacement surgery. To make matters worse, Munch has been implanted with a sonic device by the Vikers in an experiment and is to be used to capture more creatures. With the help of the Fuzzles, big-tooth fuzzballs used for product testing, Munch escapes, meets up with Abe, and together they set out to stop the Glucons at their game.
Okay.
Then we have Emma, Lost in Memories, coming to Switch and Xbox One on May 15th for $7.99. Poetic, surrealist, and melancholic, Emma, Lost in Memories offers a unique experience in a strange and dangerous world where walls fade away as you touch them. In 2D platformer gameplay, think, strategize, run, jump, and feel in a surrealist world where everything fades away. The main character, Emma, is young, vibrant, and intriguing. She leaves her home following an owl and soon loses herself in a world which she slowly finds more and more dangerous. Then we have Tacticool Champs.
Oh, okay.
Coming to PS4, Xbox One on May 15th. Couldn't find a price, but Tactical Champs combines the best features of shooter and arcade games where up to 4 players fight with each other in a closed arena. And then we have Hatsune Miku Project Diva Mega Mix coming to Switch on May 15th for $39.99. Hatsune Miku takes the stage in Hatsune Miku Project Diva Mega Mix, a jam-packed entry in the hit rhythm game series that includes exciting new features and over 100 songs. Mix it up and choose from 2 playable modes, traditional button control-based arcade mode or the new motion control-based mix mode. With fan-favorite classics and new hits, there's endless rhythm fun. And then we have Library of Ruina coming to PC on May 15th. Couldn't find a price, but Library of Ruina is a game that uses the concept of a library battle simulation. You will invite guests to the library and engage in combat with them to gain books with their stories.
What?
Well, I have no idea. Battles are played with the librarians and the guests using cards and dice. You can plan against the guests' moves by looking at the cards they will use and select the most optimal card to oppose them. I'm not going to read all the rules.
I'm hella confused, but
Yeah, did you get it?
but you get it.
You get it, bro. And then we have The Wonderful 101 Remastered, coming to PS4, Switch, and PC on May 19th for $39.99. Earth is under attack from an invasion of enormous aliens, and the only thing that can protect the planet is a group of unlikely yet mighty heroes with special abilities. Unfortunately, the aliens are too powerful for the heroes to fight individually. They must join forces and work together to defeat their common enemy in The Wonderful 101, a unique mass hero action game from the creative minds at Platinum Games. And then we have Cranked Up, coming to PC on May 19th. Couldn't find a price, but Cranked Up is a crazy platform game where you control, in a surprising way, cute little customizable donuts equipped with rockets.
What?
Yeah, what?
Well, who's making these fucking games, dude? Like,
probably the ones that are going to be at that summer showcase.
it's like they spent all their brain cells like learning how to make the game, and like
they were like,
then
oh yeah, we have to make a game now.
and it came time to write the plot, and they're like, donuts fighting each other.
The rockets on the backs. Go on an adventure alone or with your friends. A rocket system allows you to move, but despite its simplicity, it remains challenging. Okay. Hold on. It's coming. It's coming, guys. Oh, God. Oh, I was allergic to that game. And then we have If Found ... It's coming to PC and mobile on May 19th. Couldn't find a price. If Found ... An interactive coming-of-age experience will be published by Annapurna Interactive in 2020. Created by Laura Ash McGee and Dreamfil, a small independent studio based in Dublin. If Found ... is a compelling and intense exploration of family, community, connection, and isolation. In the game, players enter the mind of Cassio, a young, rebellious, and creative soul who is destroying her diary on New Year's Eve. To discover her story and uncover her secrets, players must erase her words and her memories. In this vivid and honest depiction of the west of Ireland, I should have been reading it in an Irish accent. In the early 1990s, players explore Cassio's world through her torn-up memories, like moving into an abandoned mansion, hanging out with the band, going to a punk show, breaking into Cassio's own house, destroying the universe, and finding out who Cassio can be.
Wait, destroying the universe?
Yeah, you would think that would be the last thing.
Wow, yeah, they just kind of nonchalantly threw that one in there.
Yeah.
You know? They're like, going to the creek with your friends.
Destroying the universe. Then we have Gorn coming to PS4.
That's a good game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Coming to PS4 or PSVR, May 19th for $19.99. Gorn is a ludicrously violent VR gladiator simulator featuring a unique, fully physics-driven combat engine. Gorn combatants will be able to creatively execute their most violent gladiatorial fantasies in virtual reality, savagely strike down an infinite supply of poorly animated opponents with all manner of weapons, from swords, maces, and bows to nunchucks, throwing knives, massive two-handed warhammers, or even your blood-soaked bare hands. The only limits to the carnage are your imagination and decency. And the most brutal and savage VR face-smashing game ever produced by man. And then finally, we have Umurangi Generation coming to PC on May 19th. Couldn't find a price, but Umurangi Generation is a first-person photography game in the shitty future. Set in
Does it say that?
Yes. Set in Tauranga, Aotearoa, off the back of an impending crisis. You are a courier for the Tauranga Express. Throughout the game, you will unlock a variety of lenses and equipment. Each photo you take is judged on its color, content, and composition. Taking a photo will net you a cash score, which will go towards your final payout. Complete photo bounties any way you like. Once you've completed these bounties, deliver the parcel to finish the level. Edit your photos and develop your unique color grade. The tools in the game are flexible enough that you can touch up your photos to look better than when you took them. If you are an experienced photographer, you'll fit right in. And if this is your first time, you'll be on your journey in no time. Okay.
Actually sounds kind of fun. I was really into like Pokemon Snap as a kid, you know.
I mean, I like the idea if it like somehow teaches you about like photography, like teaches you about like, you know, how to set up or like what types of lenses to use in certain environments and stuff like that. Like if it's like a virtual like photography simulation like video game, that'd be tight.
I would play it. I mean, you're talking to the guy who like spent 90% of the time I was playing Dead Rising 1 just taking pictures of shit, you know? I would be like standing on top of cars trying to get like the best pictures of like zombies, you know what I mean?
I like it. But that's it for this week's releases. We're going to jump on over to currently playing. I don't have much. I've just been playing Call of Duty Warzone, and I played some Mario Party, and that's about it. So, Brent, you take it.
Oh, man, I really need to get on the Mario Party. I played a little Mario Party 64 a while back, or Mario Party 2, I guess, with my girlfriend and Matt the other day, and we had so much fun. I was like, I really need to get that somehow, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, dude, it's great.
But, let's see. I've been playing, let's see, okay, so weird stuff. I've been playing Lone Echo still, which is that game I told you about last week, the VR game where you're in space and, like...
Yeah, and you're a robot.
Yeah, you're a robot. Well, I didn't want to, like, ruin anything because I thought, like, the crazy stuff that was going on was, like, the craziest stuff that would happen in the game and I would spoil something for everybody, but it turns out that it was, like, not even, like, the tip of the iceberg, you know what I mean? The story has gotten really, really complex and good. It's almost like Interstellar or something. Like, it's deep, you know what I mean?
Murph.
But I'm really having fun with it. And, like, the game, it's like, you know, that's another thing. I thought I'd be on this, like, space shuttle the whole time, but now I'm, like, going through space, like, grabbing onto asteroids and shit. And it's like you push yourself and you're just, like, floating and flying, and you've got little thrusters on your hands, so you, like, Iron Man your way around space, and you're, like... You, like, point where you want to go, and you just, like, takes you off in a little direction, and, like, you can, like, grab onto stuff and, like, swing your body, and, like, it's so tight. Like, just the way, like, the movement works, and, like, when you go through, like, a narrow hole, and you're, like, swirling, you know what I mean? It's just so cool. Like,
Sounds tight.
It's really, really interesting and neat, and the story's good, and the graphics are, like, amazing. Like, whenever you're, like, right face-to-face with the, like, lady, and she's, like, talking to you, and her mouth, like, the facial animations are really good, like, and, like, the shine of her helmet is, like, really, like, beautiful. The way, it's just, like, an amazing game. Like, it's so good. And it's gotten to the point where it's not just a walking simulator either. Like, there's stuff that will kill you, you know what I mean? Like, which is interesting and fun, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I like that. I like dying.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. It's really, really fun. But I'm still not done with that, but I think I'm getting close just because the shit is getting so epic and crazy. It's like, it has to be getting close to, like, a climax at some point, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'll probably be done with that by next week. I haven't played any Persona 5 this week, but that's just because I've just been playing so much other stuff. You know what I mean? I got Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, which is
fun.
It's so much fun, dude. I don't know why I'm having so much fun with it, but I've been playing through the first one. It's like the trilogy, you know? I got it on sale. I got a lot of stuff on sale this week.
I have the trilogy, actually, on Xbox.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How much of it have you played?
Just the first game. I played a little bit of it.
See, yeah, I'm like a little bit into the first game, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. I don't know. It just really scratches that, like, lawyery itch. Like, when you figure something out in the game, it's like, it's one of those games that doesn't require a lot of thought, but makes you feel really smart. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I wish it did require a lot of thought. I wish it was one of, like, I wish they...
It does get harder. I've noticed, like, I don't know. As it goes on, it gets a little more difficult. Like, I don't know.
Oh, okay. See, I want a game like that that's not funny. Like, I want a game that's made like that, but it's actually, like a serious, like,
yeah.
You get to test your, like, investigation skills.
Dude, I would play that. That would be really cool.
I am.
Yeah, so I've been playing that, and then I played a little bit of that session game, you know what I mean?
Is that a skateboard game?
Yeah, it's not, I don't know, I wanted to like it so bad, but I'm just really, really bad at it, and it's kind of glitchy, and, like, it's just not my thing, you know what I mean? That being said, I think some people out there will really be into it, you know what I mean? But it's just not, I'm not feeling it really, you know?
Yeah.
But I only spent like $5 on it, so I'm not mad. And I got Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Oh, you finally got it?
Yeah, I pulled the trigger. I was, you know, I seen everybody else selling their turnips and doing all this cool stuff, and I'm like, damn, I'm probably so far behind everybody now. It's like there's no point almost. But,
nah, you'll catch up.
But I'm having a lot of fun. Like, I'm only on like day 2 of my Animal Crossing journey, but I already feel like a fucking accomplished as fuck. I'm like I've paid off my tent. You know what I mean?
Wait, you don't have a house yet?
Well, no, they're building my house. My house is probably like just now got built.
I was about to say, on day 2, you should already be getting your house built, dog.
Yeah, he's getting built. It's getting built.
Look, dude, I might have to come in. No, I'm just kidding. I have to come in there and teach you a thing or two.
You don't even know. I got peaches and cherries on my island right now. You know what I mean? And I haven't even talked to anybody else. Well, in all fairness, my virtual mom in the game sent me some peaches, and I planted them.
What a nice lady.
You know what I mean? I'm going hard, okay? I found a ghost on my island.
Oh, yeah. Then you got to collect his spirits and stuff.
Yeah. What did he give you when you finish it?
Like wallpaper or something?
He gave me a giant teddy bear that's like so big, he like takes up my entire tent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the fun thing. Like, you'll run into a bunch of stuff like that. There'll also be like a seagull who will be on the beach sometimes.
Oh, really?
He's like, oh, I shipwrecked. And then you got to like help him find some shit.
Oh, fun. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a cute little game. You know what I mean? I like how whenever they talk, they're like...
Oh, yeah, dude. It gets to you. Eventually, like...
It'll drive me nuts at some point. Can I turn it down? Can you turn it off?
You can't turn off the voices.
I'm trying to get my museum open. I've only got like... I've still got like 7... specimens I need to bring the guy.
Oh yeah, the museum's like the best part of the game. Like it's like it gets very Pokemon like, where you're trying to catch every type of bug to take to the museum and like every type of fossil and all that shit. So.
Yeah, last night my whole thing, I was just trying to get Nook miles so I could upgrade my inventory. That was my thing, because like I got so tired of like going and dropping shit off and like this and that. So like, I'm gonna upgrade my inventory. So that was my mission last night, and I accomplished my mission, and I feel good about it.
Good. That's what I'm talking about. That's the beauty of that game. It's just like a micro accomplishment game.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't feel like you're making any like progression in real life, and then you play Animal Crossing, you suddenly feel satisfied.
Oh, dude, yeah. My Animal Crossing progression is legit. Right now.
Dude. Don't you wish real life worked like that? You could just go out and catch bugs and shit, and like people would pay you.
Does my tent go away whenever my house gets built, or do I just have a house and a tent?
No, it builds it on where your tent is.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What about my flowers next to my tent? Are they gonna get smushed by my house?
I don't know. I don't know what would happen with that. They might just like pop out of the ground and like be sitting there next to your house.
Yeah.
And then you can just go pick them up.
I hope so.
Or they're gone. No, I'm just kidding.
I put a lot of work into those damn flowers.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all. That's all. Hold on, I gotta see. We got something in the chat. I wish 2020 worked like that. Right? That's what I'm saying, man. Like, if real life was like Animal Crossing, I'd probably never have any issues. You know, it's just like, oh no, I have to go catch bugs. You know,
I'd be paying off my debts a lot faster.
Oh yeah, dude. I'd just be bringing people fruit all day.
I wish I could get Nook miles in real life and just spend them on miscellaneous things, you know?
Oh yeah, dude. Can you imagine, like, oh man, I wish I had the Oculus Rift, and then you just go and sell a couple oranges, and then you just go buy your fucking Oculus Rift and like chill in your cool house, and like that's it. That's all you do. That's all you do in life.
Shit, boy, you got oranges?
Oh yeah, I do have oranges.
I'm gonna get in there and get some of them oranges. Boy.
Yeah, you got to come to Brittany's island, because it's her island, but she has like every fruit.
Dude, I need that. I need all the fruit.
Yeah, we'll open our doors. We'll open our doors to you. No. Anyway, so that's it for currently playing. If you want to let us know what you've been currently playing, you can drop it in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast, or in the YouTube comments, or on the Twitch live stream chat feed, or stream chat. But anyway, so we're going to jump on to topic of the show. This week's topic of the show, on May 7th, inside Xbox, the May event happened, where they revealed third-party next generation games. Now, they said there was going to be gameplay. Let's just get that out of the way. There was no gameplay whatsoever.
There's a little gameplay, not much.
Which game?
The very first one they showed. It was all gameplay.
Oh, you're talking, okay. See, A lot of people said that wasn't gameplay, though. I know what you're talking about. They said that was all like in engine, but it wasn't a game. It wasn't actually gameplay.
That would be dumb as shit if that wasn't gameplay. Like, what are they showing us then at that point? Because that'd be a stupid cutscene. You know what I mean? And like the stuff they were showing was like him shooting the grappling hook and like zipping over there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It looked like.
Which,
gameplay.
by the way, we'll just go ahead and get into what it is. I just have a link to the Xbox website. And they have like a little description of what each game was.
Okay, I watched it and wrote everything down game by game. So if we miss anything,
okay.
But it looked like gameplay to me. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. And some of the other games definitely had gameplay. Like, okay, yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
That's why a lot of people were hating on it. But I wasn't hating on it because Xbox just showed us the first thing we've ever seen of next gen.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh, well, it wasn't good enough." It's like, dude, what do you want from them? This is the third party stuff. This is the third party's choice to show gameplay or not. Like,
yeah. I mean, really, they just shouldn't have said like, "Oh, we're gonna show a bunch of gameplay."
They shouldn't have said gameplay.
If they just hadn't said anything, it would have been like, fine. You know what I mean? I think that's what the.
Well, I think a lot of people wanted to see the Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay, which there was like a split second, and it wasn't even gameplay. It also said in engine.
Yeah, it was just like him standing on a hill and like the camera like going around him like.
And right before he was like, "How about we check out some gameplay of Assassin's Creed Valhalla?" Now, what I think happened is that they initially thought they were going to get gameplay, and they had that recorded already, and then Ubisoft was like, "So about that gameplay, we actually don't have it." And they were like, "Oh, fuck." And we have to put this out like tomorrow. So they probably just took what they could get and put it on there. And it was like too late to fix. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm assuming happened, because there's no way there was that dissonance there that they didn't realize that it wasn't gameplay.
They could have like at least warned the creepy guy who was presenting everything and been like, hey, maybe you should like not say this at the very beginning, like, oh, we're gonna look at tons of gameplay, like.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I think they probably recorded that way before.
Oh, good point.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they already had all that stuff done, and then all the game developers sent in like their footage of their games, and then they just
it wouldn't have taken
together.
like 15 minutes to re-record all that guy's parts. You know
True,
what I mean?
true.
Like,
definitely.
And they should have done it anyway, because he was awful, dude.
He was really bad.
He did really bad. He was so creepy. He looked like Jared from Subway, like only creepier. You know what I mean? Sorry,
Jared from Microsoft.
I hate to go off about it on that guy, but like, damn, dude, he was just giving me bad vibes. Like the whole fucking.
Dude.
It's like that guy they got for the PlayStation thing, where that was like announcing like the technology and like telling us why the fucking SSD was so special on the PlayStation.
He's like, it's a solid state drive.
It's so solid.
No, but so first thing we saw in this Inside Xbox event was Bright Memory Infinite. This is the one Brent was talking about. It's a game from Playism, which is actually just one person, apparently.
Dude.
Which I think that part just ruined the whole game for me, because like,
how good can it be?
Yeah.
Right?
It's like you see all this stuff happening in the game. Like, okay, so the trailer shows like this. It's like Call of Duty type shooting going on. Like, you see the little hit markers and everything like Call of Duty, but it's like beautiful ray tracing. Like, everything's just looking next gen, and all this stuff is so, it's like frenetic game, like gunfights and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden it's like made by one guy, and I'm like, okay, so this is probably the whole game right here. Like, this,
I don't know, man. That's not the only. Okay, like, I think it still could be good, because there have been other games made by one guy that were good. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but not like a first-person shooter. Fucking like next gen 4K ray tracing,
okay,
shooter.
This is a horrible example, because I actually really don't like this game at all. But Megaton Rainfall is made entirely by one guy, and it was like all in VR. It was like a full world. You can fly around and go city to city, like fly through the cities and shit. It's all in first person.
I remember the game.
I mean, it wasn't like the greatest game ever, but like, for the fact that one person made it was super duper impressive.
And how long was the game though? That's my problem. Is like, this is probably basically just a demo of a game, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Unless he's been working on it for like 12 years by himself, like. There's no way this one guy like made a game in like 3 years, and it's like a full length game.
Well, and this is just my guess. I'm thinking this is probably like this guy's life work.
He started when he was 12.
This is probably like the culmination of everything he's fucking ever worked on. Like this is his.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's probably been working on this for a long time and just updating the textures and stuff as like.
I wish I knew who this guy was, actually. But anyway, so Bright Memory Infinite is an all-new lightning-fast fusion of the first-person shooter and action genres created by Fiquid Studio. Combine a wide variety of skills and abilities to unleash dazzling combo attacks. Bright Memory Infinite is set in a sprawling futuristic metropolis in the year 2036, a strange phenomenon for which scientists can find no explanation has occurred in the skies around the world. The Supernatural Science Research Organization, or SRO, has sent agents out to the various regions to investigate this phenomenon. It is soon discovered that these strange occurrences are connected to an archaic mystery, an as of yet unknown history of two worlds about to come to light.
So, I don't know. The plot, I think if the plot comes out to be good, I think this could be really interesting, like, time splitters kind of gameplay. Because, like, if you look at the fucking, like, what we've seen from the Xbox Insider thing, like, the enemies he's fighting are, like, Roman gladiators with, like, they're shields and
they're
shit.
Samurais.
They're samurais?
Yes, I looked it up. So what it is they're ancient samurai who have been pulled out of their time.
Well, they look like Roman gladiators.
They do. That's why I was confused.
They got the fucking outfit. They got the same Roman gladiator shield and sword. I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
it's only one guy making the game.
You also have to think like, okay, there could be samurais in the game too. Samurais could be the main bad guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're saying like maybe there's more than just the samurais?
Exactly. Maybe this is like a time splittery kind of thing where he's like going to different eras and times and like fighting things because of whatever this phenomenon is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to say I have faith in it, but it looked like one of the most interesting games they showcased.
It looks like a cool concept. Also, one thing that bothered me, even though the game looks beautiful, there was so much shit happening on screen, like with like the wind,
shaky cam and stuff.
Yeah, which obviously is not real. Like that's why people were like, "This is not actual gameplay." But like they were like, "This is a camera work." Like the way that the camera was shaking and stuff like that.
There are games that have the shaky cam in the game. A lot of modern Xbox One games do that just to like mask the weird, like juddy frames per second and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like
this one's supposed to be 60 frames per second, 4K.
It better be. Everything better be in this fucking new world.
It won't be, actually. It won't be, because a lot of games are only going to be 30 frames per second so it can use ray tracing. So like whenever it's using ray tracing...
It shouldn't have any problem doing ray tracing at 4K at 60 frames.
No. It won't be 60 frames, though. I just read a whole article from Microsoft saying that most of the games will be 30 frames per second whenever it's using 4K ray tracing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure, though, that you'll have the option to downscale the resolution to 2K or something in favor of, like, upping
the frame.
Yeah, which will mean, is pretty good. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
I think it'll be customizable. You know what
Definitely. I mean? And I think it'll be up to the developer, whichever game they're making, like, I think at first it'll start like this, where it's 30 frames per second, and then as time goes on and developers get more comfortable with the consoles, then they'll... be able
and also it's probably significantly like underpowered. Like if you put the same technology for the Xbox Series X in like a PC, you could probably like overclock it and make it do like like way more than it could. There's going to be no overclocking. They're not going to like push the hardware to the limits because they want your console to stay good for as long as it can.
Yeah,
you
not
know what
burn
I mean?
out.
Yeah,
and so but the game looks cool. I think it's cool how like a car pulls up. I wonder if you'll actually be able to drive in the game, or if that's just a little like cutscene, which obviously it was a cutscene. That part was, at least. But like, I mean, I wonder if you'll be able to drive that weird Lamborghini thing that just like pulls up, which was kind of...
I feel like you better be able to. Like, if they're going to put that in the trailer, there
you
better at least be
one
level where you're driving that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so the game looks interesting. It looks very, very chaotic. In gameplay-wise, if it is gameplay, in my opinion, it looks like Doom, like very Doom-like.
Yeah, a lot of running, gunning, switching weapons.
Yeah, just all-out frenzy. And the next game they showed was Dirt 5, right?
Yeah, Dirt 5.
You can take
I don't
it.
really have anything written down about it because it's just Dirt 5. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it looks colorful. Like, there's a lot of, like, really popping, like, colors that I feel like haven't been in the previous Dirt titles. You know what I mean? Like,
Dirt.
it just looks more like Forza Horizon and Dirt had a baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the colors are very like Borderlands-y looking.
Yeah.
But supposedly there's like a super in-depth story in this game that Troy Baker and Nolan North are both like voice actors for.
Damn.
So Dirt 5's trying to bring you the heat, but
I like how Troy Baker has just become like the fucking like Tom
A-list.
Cruise of
Yeah.
the fucking, you know, video game where I guess Tom Cruise is a bad example, but you know,
Yeah, he's a
some
big name.
Yeah.
Somebody important.
Some big guy, big name guy.
Yeah, but like so the game is obviously it's a racing game, and every time a new generation of consoles comes out, there's always that racing game at the forefront just to show off like how powerful they are and stuff. Now, just so you guys know, these games aren't only coming to Xbox. A lot of these games are coming to PS4 as well. Like this is third
Some
party.
even have like exclusive like PS4 feature or no Xbox features.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
they
never
just
mind.
have like exclusive Xbox like features and stuff.
Yeah.
But most of these will be on PS5 as well, which is why I don't get why the PlayStation people are like, "Oh, that event sucked." It's like, yo, guys, these games are coming to both consoles. It's like if
and
anything,
they're probably gonna look better on Xbox.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if anything, Microsoft is like being there for the people that want to see next gen. You know, PlayStation hasn't shown off shit. So
Well,
like,
also a lot of the things I think, like not all of them, but most of the things they showed are coming to Game Pass too, which is a big deal.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So,
I don't know about that. Are they?
not all of them, but like some of them even popped up with like Game Pass in the corner.
Oh,
you know
shit,
what I mean?
dude, I
Like,
didn't notice that. I
yeah.
wonder which ones. Hopefully, did you write down which
No,
ones?
I didn't. I should have.
Damn.
But I did see a few of them that specifically said like Game Pass. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and so and a lot of these have smart delivery as well. So they'll come out on Xbox One, like Bright Infinite or whatever is going to be on Xbox One, and then you can just like play it on your Xbox Series X whenever you buy it. You won't have to buy it again.
Yeah,
It'll just upgrade.
but it will be enhanced.
Yeah, be upgraded.
Yeah.
And
So
then,
that's cool.
then the next one's the Ascent, right?
No, the next one is Scorn.
Oh, Okay, Scorn looks dope.
So yeah, I'm really hyped about this one. This is like, it just looks so weird and like fucking like uncomfortable almost. Like it's
Very phallic in some parts.
phallic. It was like it kind of like had an agony vibe, but like way more subtle and like not like in your face. Like I don't know.
It's just okay. So like they took huge inspiration from H.R. Giger, like the guy who made Alien, or
I could
designed
totally see
Alien.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, they even said they were like, we wanted like David Cronenberg, H.R. Giger type architecture and all this stuff. But so like the game, it says Scorn is an atmospheric first-person horror adventure game set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. It is designed around the idea of being thrown into the world. Isolated and lost inside this dreamlike world, you will explore different interconnected regions in a non-linear fashion. The unsettling environment is a character itself. Every location contains its own theme, story, puzzles, and characters that are integral in creating a cohesive world. Throughout the game, you will open up new areas, acquire different skill sets, weapons, various items, and try to comprehend the sights presented to you.
I think this is maybe my most hype game. I don't know.
Definitely.
This looks really, really tight, dude. Like
I was very happy with the amount of horror type games we saw in this, because that's all I want, dude. I want more horror games, especially first person horror games.
yes, dude. I'm happy with the first person. I heard a lot of people complaining like everything's first person. It's like I don't know. I kind of like first person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's not for everybody, but you know. And you know, it's kind of
Who's
funny.
complaining about first person in 2020? Like,
I don't know, but I think if we've learned one thing, it's like if you're a first-person guy, maybe it's a good idea to lean towards Xbox, and if you're a third-person guy, maybe it's a good idea to lean towards PlayStation.
yeah, go PlayStation.
You know, because it seems like the theme for the exclusive seems to be like PlayStation does a lot of third-person over-the-shoulder, like, you know, games, and Xbox does a lot of first-person games, you know?
Well, I mean, Xbox just doesn't have a lot of exclusives. They only have like 2 this whole generation, and one was third person and one was first person.
True. Well, but some of the like games that aren't like big names, like you know, Outer Wilds and shit like that.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I
which
mean?
isn't an exclusive though.
No?
It's on PlayStation.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's on everything.
Oh,
it's
wow.
on Switch, or it's coming to Switch.
I guess I just sometimes these games that come to Game Pass, I just assume they're like
They're Xbox. No,
Yeah.
like all these games, like some of them will come to Game Pass, but every single one of these games has a PlayStation 5 trailer as well now if you go on YouTube. So all these games are coming to PlayStation 5. It's not like they're Xbox only, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll know next month. Next month, the new Xbox event is going to show off first-party games, all first-party games from their new studios.
And you know those are gonna look bopping.
Oh,
you
dude.
know what I mean? Like,
I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited. Anyways, what's the next game?
so the next game they showed off was Chorus, which is it looks good. It just I don't really know much about it from the trailer. Like, you know, all I know is what I was showed in the trailer, and there's like this beautifully like rendered woman like walking around, like the graphics look great, and she like touches like a ship, and like the ship like flies off, and like it just didn't give me much to go on.
No, it looked very much like a Star Fox type game.
Yeah.
Like what it showed. But the game is spelled CHOR. It's spelled Chorus, but in the trailer it looks like it says Corvs.
Yeah,
Like,
I wrote it down wrong at first, but you know the only reason I know that it's Chorus is because there's a different game with the same name that the Dragon Age guy is making right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like apparently he is like tweeting about this new game because like they dropped the trailer for this, and now he's like, okay, well I guess there's two games named fucking Chorus now because I've had my Kickstarter going for my game for a long ass time, you know, and he's like, and like everybody's sending him messages like, you know, there's another game called Chorus that just got announced and stuff, you know.
Is that great? Yeah. So Chorus is being made by Deep Silver. Discover Chorus, an immersive single-player experience that tells a mature and dark tale of redemption. Take control of Nara, an ace pilot with a haunted past, and forsaken her sentient starfighter as they embark on a personal, redemptive journey to challenge a relentless foe and take down the dark cult that made her. This is a true evolution of the space combat shooter. So it is like a Star Fox type game.
Cool.
But so there's like this cult that is taking over like the intergalactic, you know, like community or whatever. And I guess they're just trying to stop the cult from spreading. So,
Okay, I can get behind it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the next game?
Okay, so the next game they talked about was Madden 21. They had some football player, and he popped up and he's like, "Hey guys, thanks for playing so many video games, and there's a new Madden game coming out. and
I'm in it."
I'm in it, so
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, stay safe out there.
wash your hands and be sure to play plenty of Madden."
Oh God, yeah. So
yeah.
there
And
is.
then they showed this like clip of like Madden through the ages, and it was like, you
They
know,
literally showed nothing of this new Madden game. They only
No.
showed old Madden games.
no, yeah.
What? Like, why even mention? Like, of course, there's going to be a Madden NFL 21.
Yeah, like,
But why not show any gameplay? Why not show anything from it?
dude, yeah. I was unimpressed with the Madden presentation.
But y'all get it. It's going to be Madden.
There will be Madden for sure. And then they talked about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Yeah,
Which is
okay.
a mouthful, but it looks dope.
Okay,
dude.
okay. The idea or the trailer looked dope, but none of it was gameplay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this game is.
True. You know what it kind of reminds me of, dude?
What's that?
It reminds me of We Happy Few.
That's
Whenever
what it
they-
looked like,
When
yeah.
they first showed We Happy Few and it looked dope, and everybody was like, "Oh, dude, that's gonna be dope," and then it ended up not being dope. You know what I mean?
Well, the fact that it's called the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, so there must be another one
There
that I
is.
just never heard of.
I think it's a PC game.
Yeah.
The first one, and I think it's pretty well regarded. I don't think it's like a slouch of a game. I think they're switching the style of the game though. I think the original one's like I don't really know.
I would imagine
Like
it's
a
a
different-
top-down like old school Fallout type game.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, but I don't know.
But we'll see. I mean, like, it's not something that you show off a next generation with if it's not like a third-person game or something. But anyways, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is made by Paradox Interactive, and the little summary says, "What monster will you be? Enter the world of darkness and rise through vampire society. Experience Seattle, a city full of alluring, dangerous characters and factions. In this sequel to the cult classic, your choices, plots, and schemes will change the balance of power."
And no offense to anybody like living in Seattle, but like,
That's
why
pretty fun.
Seattle, dude?
Well,
you know?
Apparently, the developers based it on where they live.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're all in Seattle, and they were like, we want to turn Seattle into a dark vampire town, a vampiric city. It's
I guess
all right.
that's like putting vampires in like, I don't know, like Chicago or something. I guess you could do it. But it's just like,
but why?
Why?
You know, it's just, I mean, I get it. I guess you want to put your own little stamp on it or whatever. But
Yeah, I guess I'm hating too hard on Seattle. You know what I mean?
Anyways, what was the next one?
So the next one they showed off was Call of the Sea.
Okay, Call of the Sea.
I couldn't tell if this was like a walking simulator or what, but it looked cool. I mean, it looked pretty.
No,
you know?
you'll like this one. Okay, so Call of the Sea is made by Raw Fury, which, like, apparently this studio is 12 developers who this is their first game, and they worked on a bunch of stuff like Guacamelee 2 and
12 developers, and they couldn't. Did you see what one guy did in Brightfall Memory?
That's what I'm saying. The fact
No,
that it took 12 developers to make this, and then you're telling me one guy is going to make that other game? Anyway, so Call of the Sea is a first-person adventure puzzle game set in the 1930s that tells the story of Nora, a woman on the trail of her missing husband's expedition. The search takes place on a strange but beautiful island in the South Pacific, filled with secrets waiting to be unearthed. It is an otherworldly tale of mystery, adventure, and self-discovery. The lead voice actress is the voice actress from Firewatch.
Oh, you know what? I was just about to say I'm getting strong Firewatch vibes from this game.
Yep.
And you know what else? I feel like this is kind of picking up where the void that was left by fucking,
Firewatch.
the Firewatch team, but not Firewatch. The game.
Oh, I know what you're talking
about.
about.
The new game that was supposed to
It's
come
like
out?
the Egyptian game.
Yeah, I already forgot what it was called. That's sad, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have got Half-Life if
True.
if
I'm
they
glad.
didn't stop.
I'm glad they did stop it, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind them picking it on back up.
Yeah. So this game will be a. They said they wanted to pay homage to like the adventure like point and click type game, like those types of things.
This is right up my alley.
Yeah.
dude.
So it'll definitely be something you enjoy. But yeah. So what was next, Brent?
Okay, so after that, they did The Ascent, which is like a top-down shooter kind of game. It kind of looked like Gauntlet with guns or something.
I would say more Diablo than
Yeah.
anything. It just looked like Cyberpunk Diablo. It says it's made by Neon Giant and Curve Digital. The Ascent is a solo and co-op action RPG set in a cyberpunk world. The mega corporation that owns you and everyone, the Ascent Group, has just collapsed. Confusion and chaos ensue. Security and order are in disarray, and without protection, everyone is left to fend for themselves. Stop gangs and hostile corporations from taking over and discover what really happened in the explosive sci-fi shooter.
It looks like it might be fun with a buddy or something, but I'm not going to go drop like $60
No.
on it. You know?
Hell no. I would never drop $60 on this game. What this game reminds me of is like whenever you wanted Call of Duty, but you got Command and Conquer instead. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, Cyberpunk's here, but you could get the Ascent instead. It's like, oh, we got Cyberpunk at home, and it's the Ascent. You know what I'm saying? It's Cyberpunk
Yeah.
2077. But like, though the detail, like in the seeing, I wish it was close up. I wish it wasn't top down, because some of the settings look so pretty. Like some of the gameplay, like it just looks like you're in Blade Runner, like
Yeah.
and certain things, and I'm like, holy shit, I wish this was an up close, like third person game.
I
but
just have a hard time getting behind like top down games, you know?
yeah, you just can't get behind them, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Anyways, what was next?
So next they had The Medium, which is
wait,
this
that-
looks exciting to me.
That's not next, is it?
Yeah, that's what they showed next. I was writing these down just as they came on.
Wow,
so.
I thought that was the last thing they showed. Okay, okay, yeah, go ahead.
So The
What'd you
Medium
feel?
looks exciting to me. First of all, it's like, obviously drawing inspiration from Silent Hill. They got the composer guy from Silent Hill.
Which is kind of upsetting, because he was teasing that he was back working on a game, and we immediately thought Silent Hill, and then it turns out he's just been working on The Medium.
True, but at the same time, I'm not mad about this. I feel like like you were saying, we just haven't had enough horror stuff, Like, I feel like we need more, like, Evil Within type games in the world, games that aren't, like, just the definitive, like, horror game, but, like, just, like, a little one-off, like, horror games, man. I just want more, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, and I don't think this is going to be like the Evil Within, because this is Bloober Team that's making this.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. They're known for Layers of Fear and
Blair
Observer and Blair Witch.
Which was amazing. Blair Witch, I loved Blair Witch.
Blair Witch was really good. And also, just judging by, like, the implementation of, like, the 4K HDR and stuff they did with Blair Witch, on PC, I really think the next gen is going to look really good with whatever they decide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they did say in this, in, like, the little article that they posted after the show or the event, they said that it will have no load times at all.
Interesting.
The game will have a seamless story. So, The Medium is a next-gen psychological horror game from Bloober Team, the makers of Blair Witch, Observer, and Layers of Fear. You play as Marianne, a medium living in two worlds, the real and the spirit one. Haunted by a vision of a child's murder, you travel to an abandoned hotel resort, which many years ago became the stage of an unthinkable tragedy. There, you begin your search for difficult answers. The Medium soundtrack is a collaboration between two composers, Bloober Team's Arkadiusz Rakowski and Akira Yamaoka of Silent Hill fame, reflecting the game's most important theme, duality. So,
Oh, so that's cool. I bet he does one kind of music when you're in, like, the normal world and one kind of music where you're in, like, the spirit world.
It just plays the Austin Powers music when you're in the... and then all of a sudden it just, like, drops into like, just... but, like...
Meat hook, just like...
So, like, okay, the game, I'm getting very big Blair Witch, like, gameplay vibes from it, because it talks about, like, in the actual description of the game that you will travel, or you'll see through different perspectives, and it says, like, the whole game's duality is about perception and how if you see it through the spirit world, you see something that you wouldn't see in the real world. So
True, but it also, like, just judging from the trailer we got, I'm led to believe this is going to be a third-person adventure, which is really out of character for Bloober Team. You know? What I mean?
It might be. It might be third person.
I think it will be. I really do. Just judging by, like, what we saw from the trailer, like, it would be weird almost if it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. And another thing, it's like, just judging by the trailer, it's like, I know I don't have much to go on, but it has, like, a degree of polish you don't usually see from, like, Bloober Team. You know what I mean? Like, it looks...
This is their biggest game yet.
Beautiful, yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm excited. It looks like, just everything about it looks like...
Next
crispy.
level.
Yeah.
They said this was their biggest game they've ever worked on, so it's going to be a big deal to them. But what was next?
So next we have Scarlet Nexus, which basically just looks like a straight up anime. Like, I don't know. Like, when I was watching the little trailer, I'm like, okay, this is an anime. Like,
yeah, or like the story of an anime, but it just looks like a Devil May Cry type game, or like in gameplay, it looks like Devil May Cry or like Bayonetta, like that type of game. It says Scarlet Nexus is by Bandai Namco Entertainment. It says, take on the role of Yuito Sumeragi, a new recruit to the OSF, aiming to become an elite psionic like the one who saved him as a child. Armed with a talent in psychokinesis, explore the futuristic city of New Himuka and uncover the mysteries of a brain-punk future caught between technology and psychic abilities in Scarlet Nexus. Brain-punk? Are we just going to start putting punk at the end of everything?
Everything.
Yeah.
Right now, we're GameSpeak punk.
Yeah, dude. It's like, oh, we're in some pandemic punk. Like...
Oh, yeah, we're podcast punk over here. Yeah, so.
But see, okay, so, like, this game... Like, just watch the trailer if you want to know what this is about, and I guarantee you will automatically see the Devil May Cry. Like, okay, it's just or like even like old school God of War. Like, it's like hack and slash. It says RPG, but I guarantee you the RPG elements are, oh, I have a new weapon. And that weapon can be it'll get a cool skill. That, or you can like upgrade the weapon, and all it does is just add another hack and slash attack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just looks too childlike in my opinion. Anyways, what was next?
Next we have Second Extinction, which kind of looks like a multiplayer like Turok style game. It's got dinosaurs, guns,
Yes.
like base building and stuff. It looks cool. Looks pretty cool.
See, Second Extinction was probably one of my favorite things from this whole event, just because I want dinosaurs back. But what this looked like to me, so I was getting kind of like a mixed vibe here. I was like very excited because I'm like, okay, I'm getting some Left 4 Dead type vibes from it.
Definitely.
But at the same time, I'm getting some Evolve vibes from it. Like whenever the first, like when Xbox One first came out, and I'm like, oh no, I hope it's actually good and not just like,
See, I feel like I was kind of getting some like Rust vibes from it, and that was kind of putting me off a little bit. But I don't know. You know what I mean?
There's no survival parts to it.
Really?
No. So like,
good. Because I don't want to be building shit and chopping down trees and like fuck that. I'm
No.
trying to kill dinosaurs.
that's all it is. It's not even open world. It's
good. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it's a linear thing.
Way more excited now.
Yeah, Second Extinction is from Systemic Reaction. It says Second Extinction is an intense 3-player cooperative shooter where your goal is to wipe out the mutated dinosaurs that have taken over the planet. Teamwork is vital as you adopt the role of one of the survivors using a unique combination of weapons, abilities, and skills to take on the vast number of enemies. Fight through a maelstrom of bullets, bombs, teeth, claws, and gore. It's up to you to reclaim the Earth.
I'm gonna be real. The only game that I want to play where I have to like collect and build shit is Animal Crossing. You know what I mean? Everything else is just like too tedious. You know what I mean?
Or
like,
Minecraft. Minecraft is
okay.
dope.
Minecraft can get a pass too.
Yeah. But so Second Extinction, they said they're taking a real focus on gore. Like they wanted to make this game extremely gory and like really fun. They said that at start the game will have 4 characters you can choose from, but they plan to add more characters over time, new campaigns and stuff like that. And basically, you just get dropped into an area. And then it's just like Left 4 Dead. It's literally Left 4 Dead, but with dinosaurs. Yeah,
dude, that sounds sick.
Yeah,
I'm in.
They said there's going to be like a shit ton of them at any given time. So like,
I'm in, dude. That sounds sick.
And like they were like, and maybe you'll want to play by yourself and take on a real challenge or whatever. They said like because it's really hard to play by yourself and like have to fend off all the fucking dinosaurs because there's just a ridiculous amount.
Dude, that sounds tight. We should definitely do a playthrough together.
Oh yeah, dude, we will. What do you got?
Okay, so after Second Extinction, they talked about Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
And this is the Yakuza game that was causing some waves pretty recently because it's not going to be like a traditional Yakuza game. It's like a turn-based fighting and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But other than that, I mean, it looks pretty good and as far as Yakuza games go. You know what I mean?
Still looked like a Yakuza game.
Yeah, and, and honestly, the fighting in Yakuza is so basic anyways. It's like, it's not going to change that much if you just change the combat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might actually make it a lot better.
And it's also coming to Xbox One and PlayStation 4. But it will have smart delivery on Xbox. So...
interesting thing about this game, if you're a fan of the Yakuza series, it looks like you're not going to be playing as Kirito or whatever the guy's name is.
Yeah.
The main character of all the other Yakuza games. It looks like you're a different
dude.
Yeah, different dude.
So it says Yakuza Like a Dragon is an explosive new entry point in the acclaimed Yakuza series and will be releasing as a launch title on Xbox Series X. We are also excited to announce that Yakuza Like a Dragon will support Xbox Series X smart delivery immediately on release. This means that players who purchase the Xbox One... okay, we get that. But it will also have cross-save functionality between Xbox One and Xbox Series X.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, which the other games that I said had smart delivery are also doing that as well.
That's really dope. That's what they need to be doing.
Yeah, make sure you can keep your saves. It says... oh, wait, that's it. Yeah, that's it on that. It doesn't even really explain the game, but okay. Anyways, was that the last thing? No.
So the last thing they showed was the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer.
Which wasn't really anything. It was just more of the same, but not really.
Like the trailer that we've already seen was better.
Yes.
Honestly.
Literally. But yeah, so that was the Inside Xbox May event. What do you rate? Just to wrap up the topic, what do you give that event?
Like out of 10?
Yeah.
I'm probably like a 7.
I too give it a 7 dinosaurs. Yes.
I give it a 7 just because I'm happy about. I'm excited about Scorn and the Medium and all this horror shit coming out.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I think that's gonna. I've got high hopes for Xbox in the future. You know what I mean?
For sure. No, I agree.
But I'm also not like blown away either.
I'm still not like, and I only say this because I think a lot of people are confused about this. This isn't just Xbox. Most of these are going to be on everything.
Yeah.
You know, so like, well, besides Switch don't count no more. But you know, so like most of these are going to be cross platform. You know, not like cross platform, but they're going to be on all the platforms, multi-platform. Next month will be the time to judge Xbox. Next month, you can watch the new event that will be showing off the games from their new studios that they've acquired and stuff like that, their first-party games. Then if people want to talk shit about Xbox, okay. But at this point, I feel like Xbox is doing everyone a favor by showing them these games because nobody else is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like they didn't have to do this. But anyways, yeah, that's it for the topic of the show. We're going to jump on over to the People's Champion.
Champion of the people.
The People's Jump.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Let's check out some of these questions.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out.
Checking out some of these questions.
Chicken out.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Aaron Jones this week.
Jonesy.
He says, following up on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater news, what was your favorite map to skate on?
Man, trying to think back to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. What was probably the school. The school was like my favorite just because it had like the fact that you could get inside the gymnasium and like get to the pool and stuff like that.
Yeah, the school was good.
I like the school. I also like that level where it was kind of like it was a little bit different from the rest of them because it was completely downhill.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the downhill jam level or whatever. Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but like that one where
that was sick. I love that level.
Yeah, you could get really high up on like the top, and like you always had to try not to fall and stuff. It was just a fun level.
I hate to say, I'm always a sucker for the basic like hangar level where you grind on the helicopter. I know that's real basic of me, but I fucking love that level.
Yeah, no one's gonna hate on you for that, dude.
Also, in the first Tony Hawk Pro Skater, there's a level where you like go to a skate park for like a competition or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's
fucking
all of them.
Love that level where it's like all just like bowls and stuff for you skate in. It's like just a traditional looking skate park. You know what I mean?
Is that the one with like the fence around it? Like,
I can't remember. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, oh man, now it's taking me back. I'm just like in a time machine right now. I'm in a vortex.
Yeah. Good question.
Anyways, yeah. No. Good question.
Okay. Moving on. We got more questions here. We got John Hightower. He says, "Tony Hawk Pro Skater?" ?
So here I am.
So here it is. All right. Moving on. We got Cindy Danger Botero here. She says, how do you get over the extreme concern for your character when he goes out there where he can fall or die? I'm so worried about him.
Well, okay, so is this like in any game or is this a specific game?
I don't know. I mean, I think we're talking about just any game, where you just send your character out all willy-nilly. Off into the wilderness,
This is a very tough question because it's very like I don't even know what you're talking about. But I'm gonna be real, Cindy Botero. But I will say I don't have much anxiety about characters in games. I'm more worried about like I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Warzone, okay, and the game has become almost a horror game for me. Like whenever I'm playing solos, just because like. You never know when something is gonna like. You could just be like chilling. You're like, all right, I'm good. I'm walking, and out of nowhere, you just get fucking domed. Like from like 10 miles away, somebody just snipes you.
Dude, yeah, that's pretty scary stuff, right there.
Yeah, it makes you jump. So like, I get it. If that's what she's talking about, the anxiety of my character just being out in the open, in dangerous areas. You just cope with it. You just have to deal with the anxiety, Otherwise, you won't live. You know what I'm saying?
Wise words from JAMAL.
You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Okay, we got John Hightower again here. He says, y'all ever play Ark Survival Evolved?
I haven't. I have a lot of friends that have, though.
I've played it.
How'd you like it?
It's just like every other survival game.
Oh, yeah, you don't like survival games.
It's just like The Forest and Solaris fucking, or whatever that one game is. It's just like every other fucking survival game.
What do you have against survival
games? It's like
games?
Subnautica.
What's wrong with Subnautica?
Nothing if that's your kind of thing.
Why isn't it your kind of thing? What do you have against it?
I just feel like it's too much work. You know, like I'm playing a game to relax. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like craft this and collect that unless I'm playing Animal Crossing. I don't know why it's different when I'm playing Animal Crossing.
Because it's more kid friendly. It's more like easy to do. You don't have to think so much about it.
Yeah, I don't want to think so much. It's like usually when I'm playing a game, I'm just trying to escape the real world. You know what I mean? Like
the harsh realities.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay. Yes. What else we got on there?
I lost my page, but I think that was it. Hang on, let me see. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's oh wait, hold up. Deborah Lewis says, "Yes, Tony Hawk Pro Skater."
Everybody's about that Tony Hawk.
I want to know all the deets. Are you excited, bummed, worried? I'm excited. I'm excited about how good it looks. Like the trailer.
Oh god,
is
the beautiful like
dude.
4K. I can't wait for the demo. Like
when they did the little side by side and it was like the old school gameplay and then it cuts to like the exact same scene with like a beautiful graphic. I was like, oh.
And then they have Tony doing the 900. Like,
oh, dude, yes.
It was like, oh my goodness,
dude, yes.
Like it's crazy, you know. Y'all be on the lookout because as soon as that demo drops, I'm gonna be live streaming the demo.
Oh, bro! As soon as that demo drops, I'm gonna be pre-ordering the game.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pre-order it before that just so I can have it day one. I want that demo day one so I can bust on the stream with it.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm gonna play that Millencolin, dude. All those so amazing. Well, amazing songs. I don't know if the music will be I wonder if they'll have both soundtracks on both games. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if like on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 you can play the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 soundtrack as well?
That would be sick. They just like combine them into one soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd fucks with that. That would be sick.
I would also love it if you had to unlock all of the songs.
Oh, yeah.
You only start with like 5 songs.
They hide like little CDs in the level or something.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
I'm about that.
I'd fucks with it.
Anyway, so that's it for the listener questions. Thanks so much, you guys. We're going to round out the show with Brent's
Super Hardcore Video Game Trivia Challenge. These are 5 questions meant to entertain your brain or drive you insane and bring the pain that will send your brain directly down the drain. This week's topic is Spain.
What? Spain?
Yeah, I don't know. It just rhymed, so...
So you made that the topic?
I could only come up with like 3 questions about Spain, so they get a little iffy towards the end. But just go with it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Number 5. Broken.
Are these multiple choice?
No. These are just normal ass basic bitch questions.
Okay.
Number 5. Broken Sword. Shadow of the Templar is what kind of game?
Broken Sword. I'm gonna go ahead and say
It's such an obscure game that it's like I feel like if you can just tell me what kind of game it is, then you know.
I'm gonna say that it's a tactical RPG.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Is it a strategy game?
No, it's a point and click adventure game.
Okay.
It's like Monkey Island kind of.
Whack.
That's okay though. That's a weird question.
That's a very, very obscure question.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
What's that have to do with Spain?
Because the game is set in Spain.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of games set in Spain, which Resident Evil game is set in Spain?
Oh, man. I'm guessing it would have to be either 5 or 6, but it's not 5. So 6?
Sorry, it's 4, actually.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. It's 4 is set in Spain.
4.
I think 5 is set in like Africa or something.
Yeah, 5's in Africa, and I never played 6.
6 is set in like Raccoon City, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm already losing big time here. I got 3. I can get 3 of these. If I get all of these, I win.
Yeah, and you know, I think you got it from here. So
maybe so.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
What Spanish city is a level in Tony Hawk's Underground 2?
Rio de Janeiro. No, I'm just- or is it Rio?
You know what? Actually, do you go to Rio de Janeiro? That's in Brazil. Does that count? I guess that counts. I was gonna say Barcelona, but you know what? I'll give it to you.
Wait, is Rio even a level? Maybe that's in 3. I'm thinking.
You know what? It sounds right, so I'm gonna give it to you. You know.
I'm gonna look up if Rio is a level. Anyways, continue. I'll tell you whether I got that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Number 2.
It's in Tony Hawk 3. It's Rio de Janeiro.
Okay, I'll give it to you anyway. Number 2. At any point in the game, enter the Matrix. Do you visit Spain?
And enter the Matrix. I know there's a level in an airport, which makes me feel like possibly went to Spain, but I'm going to say no.
Oh, good call. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, last one.
Good one there. Last one. Does Spain have an official Quidditch team in the Harry Potter Quidditch game?
Yes.
Yes, they do. The Spanish national Quidditch team. They even have their own arena.
I like that, dude.
All right,
you
there you
know, Sam Houston State University has an official Quidditch team.
Really?
Yeah.
What? How does that work?
They play Quidditch. Like, it's a real fucking thing. Like, they don't fly, obviously, but they play Quidditch.
They just show up to the Quidditch World Cup, walking around, and all the real Quidditch players are just, like, flying around.
They're like, oh, shit, we suck. No, but it's a for real thing. Like, that's a real sport. You can go look it up. It's an official sport.
How do they, like, do the snitch?
I don't know.
Do they have, like, a guy dressed up like the snitch running around the field?
Maybe. I think that sounds about right. I'm going to look up real Quidditch. Just because...
My problem with Quidditch is, like, it doesn't make sense unless it's in, like, a tournament format. You know what I mean?
It's called Muggle Quidditch.
Muggle Quidditch.
Yeah, and it's official. It's an official sport. It says there are 7 players on each team, 3 chasers, 2 beaters, 1 keeper, and 1 seeker. There's also a snitch runner who is not a member of either team. The chasers move the quaffle or volleyball down the field by running or passing it to each other. They score by throwing or kicking the quaffle through the opposing team's goal hoops. Each score is worth 10 points. The beater throws bludgers, dodgeballs, at the opposing team's players to temporarily knock them out of play. The keeper defends his team's hoops and prevents the other team from scoring. The snitch runner wears the snitch, a tennis ball, and a sock tucked into the back of his shorts. His job is to avoid being caught by the seekers. He is the only player who does not ride a broom, and he can leave the playing field area. None of the rules that apply to the other players apply to the snitch. The seekers hunt the snitch runner and try to remove the snitch from him. When a sneaker catches the snitch, his team receives an extra 30 points and the game ends. The team with the most points wins.
Okay, so in the books, if you catch the snitch, you get an extra 150 points and the game ends. Virtually making it like if you catch the snitch, basically in the
you
books,
win no matter what. Yeah.
But in the books, they also explain it like they do tournaments. So like you're trying to like build up as many points as you can before you catch the snitch, because like the tournament format, which they use in like the Quidditch World Cup, it's like they'll play like 3 games.
You might not lose, but you might
you
lose,
could win every time and still have the like lowest aggregate points at the end of the tournament or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I think that's why they say in this you get an extra 30 points and the game ends, you win. You know, but I'm sure the tournaments work similar too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's cool that colleges have official Quidditch teams.
That's fun.
With practice and everything. Anyways, remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast directories. Be sure to submit any questions you want read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on YouTube at youtube.com/CreateForSanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel and Brent at BrentHas1. That's the number 1. And check out GameSpeak Podcast's Instagram. And until next time, listeners, later.